Welcome. Welcome to the first workshop of the series for Mantle, first of three. Today, we're going to be having the Zero to Hero introduction on how to build with Mantle. To host this workshop and to partner up in this endeavor is going to be Pranjal, who I'm going to be inviting to the stage. He's the developer from Mantle, and he's going to be sharing a lot of interesting bits of information, which is going to be helping you out during this hackathon. Pranjal, I've sent you an invite. You should be receiving on your end.
Hi everyone.
Hey, welcome. Hope you've been having a good day. And yeah, looking forward to a great presentation.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the intro. I hope everyone is having a great day. GM everyone. Irrespective of the time zones, whatever you guys are in, still GM. So yeah. Do you want to like wait for 2 more minutes so that everyone joins in? Then we can
Yeah,
start.
maybe give a quick intro for for everyone that's already here, like on
Sure,
what they can expect, and
sure.
maybe some overview in general, and then we can move on to the
All
presentation.
right.
And feel free to share when you're ready.
All right. Yeah. So I hope the screen is also visible to everyone.
Yes.
Um, Yeah, so this session is called Zero to Hero, Getting Started on Mantle, because this will give you basically all the resources that you need. And also I will show like very simple demos to kind of explain you what the process is if you want to deploy on Mantle. Yeah, the main motive for this session is so that everyone understands what are the requirements, what are the prerequisites, what are some of the tools that they can use, and what as Mantle we are trying to do, what Mantle is about. So that's going to be the primary agenda for the session. And my name is Pranjal. I'm a DevRel at Mantle. And my job is usually to educate developers more about Mantle and how they can use it. If you guys need any help in terms of like support, DevRel team, me and all my other colleagues are always there to help you guys. So yeah, that's a little bit about me and about the session. But yeah, in order to kind of exactly understand what we are going to be covering in this particular session, firstly, I'll be briefly talking about what is Mantle, but I'll be giving you a very short introduction. I'll be briefly talking about all the ecosystem partners. What are some of the teams that we are working with. Uh, then I'll be briefly going over with the bounties and grants that we are offering. Then on the technical side of things, I will kind of explain how you can add a mental testnet to a MetaMask, because that is kind of like the first step that you need to do. And then the following steps are that you need to claim some testbit and some gETH tokens so that you can execute your smart contracts on Mantle testnet. So these are like the two most important steps. And once you kind of acquire these test tokens, I will explain how you can use the Mantle bridge to bridge the ERC20 tokens to Mantle network. And then, yeah, as I said, I will show you small hands-on smart contracts and how you can deploy them with the help of Remix, which is an online compiler. More about this later in the presentation. So let's get started with the session. I hope you guys learn a lot more about Mantle and you wish to deploy and build some really good dApps. So what is Mantle, right? That could be the first question that might come to your mind if you're a beginner, if you have just heard about Mantle. So Mantle is a high performance modular Ethereum layer 2 network. Now what it basically means is Mantle is trying to use all the good things that Ethereum already has, and we are trying to provide a very high performance and a very highly scalable network to build on top of it. So we are fully EVM compatible, and the way we provide scalability, usually, layer twos, the way they provide scalability is with the help of some sort of rollups. So we use optimistic rollups. We are optimistic in nature, and we are a layer 2, which is fully compatible with the Ethereum virtual machine. So as I said, once you deploy your dApps on Mantle, you can immediately notice that all the fees is really low. So there are like incredibly low fees. You get the high security which Ethereum offers, and with the help of EigenLayer, which is our the data availability layer, it scales the whole transaction. It scales the whole transaction times. So you get faster transaction times, low fees, and high security, which is kind of like the blockchain trilemma which everyone is trying to solve at the moment. With their different blockchains. So yeah, that is kind of how we look at it. This is how we would solve scalability on Ethereum. So a little bit about Mantle's biggest backer, and how this project kind of came into existence. So Mantle is a BitDAO initiative. Um, it is governed and funded by BitDAO. And BitDAO, for those of you who don't know, is one of the biggest DAOs out there. I think it is second biggest in terms of treasury, about 2.2 or 2.4 billion dollars in terms of treasury. And their native token BIT is what we also use for all our transactions as our native token. So whenever there is any sort of gas fees that you pay, it's going to be in bit tokens. And right now we are on testnet. So today we'll be acquiring some test bit tokens, and we'll see how we can transact with the test bit tokens. So yeah, that's a little bit about BitDAO. And with the when you have backing from BitDAO, you also get access to all the other ecosystem projects which are within BitDAO, which is a great ecosystem. In terms of gaming, in terms of DeFi. So we plan to integrate Mantle within BitDAO's ecosystem as much as possible, and then we also plan to expand it much beyond than just BitDAO. Just a short note on uh, uh, how is Mantle kind of positioning itself with respect to Ethereum. So we are truly aligned with Ethereum's values. We want to use all the good things that Ethereum has to offer, and we're going to scale all the things which Ethereum doesn't offer that good at the moment. And as I said, we are fully EVM compatible. So you get to use all the tools and all the suite of good plug and play tools in terms of infra, in terms of dev tools, whatever it is. You get to use all of those when you are building on Mantle. You get to write your smart contracts with Solidity. So it doesn't really add any sort of friction for newer devs. It is fairly easy for everyone to just pick it up and just start coding. All right. So as I said, right, it's very easy to build on Mantle, and why is that? Because we have a very familiar EVM environment. So if you have ever coded for Ethereum, if you have ever deployed a smart contracts on Ethereum's testnet, you would be familiar with all of that. Now, if you're familiar with Optimism tech stack as well, because we are an optimistic rollup, that is also going to be very familiar for all the devs out there. In terms of performance, we try to offer highly scalable dApps with a very simple to use UX. It has to have a good UX so that we can onboard users who are not even that much literate in terms of Web3, in terms of Web3 knowledge. And it becomes very easy for us to kind of onboard as many users as possible for even like for some of the complex functionalities. Um, and lastly, as you can see, EigenLayer is something that we are trying to use. So with the modular design, we have a chance to use the data availability layer that we have got, and we can use EigenLayer's technology to directly plug and play with our blockchain, and we can directly use EigenLayer's technology to kind of scale all of our transactions. So with the help of EigenLayer, what basically we can do is whenever we are fetching transactions that require some sort of time, and with the help of EigenLayer, we can reduce that time when you fetch those bundles of transactions from a sequencer. So with the help of EigenLayer, we can solve that by huge margin. And we can scale up all the information which is passed on between the different nodes within a blockchain. Then just a little bit about our bounties, grants, and whatever we are doing to support all the builders out there. Um, we are giving out actively we are actually actively giving out hackathon bounties, and we are partnering up with almost all the big hackathons which are happening out there. We have started supporting ETH global hackathons as well. We were there at ETH Tokyo. We will be at ETH Lisbon as well. So if you guys are participating over there, if you guys are locals, do feel free to drop by at the Mantle booth uh, to get more into why we want to support more builders, because Mantle's ecosystem is still on a very nascent stage. We are still on testnet. Um we want to support developers right from the beginning, so that whenever you guys ship your dApps to the mainnet, you can have as many attractions and as many users as possible. And in order to do so, we are offering great bounties for you to come to us with a very innovative idea in any of the verticals, right? So it can be anything related to gaming, DeFi, be it NFT, or maybe in tooling, or maybe in infrastructure, whatever it is, we are always open to grants. And the way to kind of apply for these grants are just to visit the website. So we have mantle.xyz/grants. But if you are watching the webinar right now, you can also scan the QR code on the left hand side, and it will directly redirect you to that website. So just to show you what that looks like, this is kind of the landing page for our grants program, and you can look into it to get more details of what kind of programs we have, what is the ticket size for the grants that we offer, all of those good things. So you will find all the information right here, and to apply for it, you will just click on apply now, and you'll be redirected to this particular grant form, in which we'll ask more information about your idea, about your existing project, maybe that you want to deploy now on Mantle, maybe you want to add Mantle as one of the next protocols. So yeah, feel free to let us know more about your idea. So we have like bunch of um, boxes right here to just gather more information about a project, and we will surely reach out to you to discuss the feasibility of the grants, and what would be the process like, what will be the deliverables like, and we'll get in touch with you. So that is just a brief about our grants program. And on the right hand side, you can see there's a QR code for Mantle support. So within the hackathon, of course, you can ask questions within the Encode's Discord server. We have got some of the moderators over there as well. But if you need any sort of dedicated support, our DevRel team and our tech support team is always there to help you guys. So if you want, you can hop into our Telegram channel, and you can join us over there, or you can also join our Discord server. You can start a ticket, and you can always get your questions answered. So yeah, a little bit about that. Now, this is so now whatever I'm going to be showing you about adding Mantle to the MetaMask, and about all the other processes, about claiming the test bit tokens, and how you can bridge your assets, about all of those things is also covered in a quick start guide, which you can also scan from this QR code, and you can maybe open it alongside the session if you want to follow all the steps correctly and make sure that you enter and just follow all the steps correctly. So you can just follow it along with the presentation that I'll do. And yeah, you will be directed to basically this particular document page, where all the information is clearly stated. So yeah, you can do that. All right. I think we can now move on to more of the fun stuff, which is about some of the technical things and how we can get started with everything.
Just
So
one single thing. There were a couple of questions.
sure.
The first one is where these QR codes can be found, and then there's also another question. Koshi, you can actually post it in, and we can come back to it after that. So if for everyone that has questions, please make sure to share them in chat, and we'll go over them in the QA section in the end. But there was a question that I think might be important to go to right now, which is where these QR codes can be found right now. So if there's a specific link, feel free to share as well.
Yeah, so right now I just have it in my presentation, but maybe I
Okay.
can share it with you guys. I can share my deck with you, and then you can share with the participants so that they can see the QR codes if it's
Yes.
possible. Or if you guys want direct links, I can directly send the links in the chat so that you don't have any problems.
So one thing to know is that all presentation materials, we will be making them available to everyone in the cohort, everyone that is participating in the hackathon. So everything will be shared tomorrow. So no worries, all contents within the presentation will be made available as well. So yeah.
Awesome. So do you mind if I
Yes, feel free
drop
to
to
continue.
other
If there's any more
links?
questions, just wanted to mention that instead of people raising hands, make sure to post their questions in chat, and then we'll follow up
All right.
later.
All right. Yeah, so I've just posted like two important links within the chat. If you guys need to follow, you can just do so from the chat box.
Fantastic.
Yeah, so coming back to the, I'll just share my screen again. Yeah, coming back to the quick start guide, what is the process of actually building our Mantle, right? So firstly, we will need some sort of wallet to then, create an account and add Mantle to the testnet. So I highly recommend everyone to use Metamask. So, a Metamask extension, when it's added, looks something like this. If you guys want to add Metamask, you can just Google search. Uh, you can search how to install MetaMask, and then you will find the MetaMask's official website, and then you can install MetaMask for your appropriate browser. So it will appear as an extension in which uh, uh, you will need to enter your password. Like once you set up your account, you will need to remember your password, and you will need to protect your seed phrase, so you don't have to share that with anyone. Uh, Otherwise, you will lose your funds. So yeah, so once you log in or once you open your account, it will look something like this. Uh, I'll just share my entire screen so that even the MetaMask extension is visible. Yeah, this way. So right here, um, you can see this is the MetaMask extension. And by default, we have Ethereum mainnet. We have some of the test networks. We have the Goerli test network. We have a couple more of these test networks. And the next step that we have to do is add Mantle testnet to your MetaMask. Now, the process to do that is firstly, you can go into the expand view so that you get like this enlarged view of the whole extension. And then you need to go into settings right here. And when you go to the settings, you're gonna find something called networks. And when you uh, when you find networks, you have to click on add a network, and then you have to go to add a network manually. And under this, you need to fill in certain details. So in the network name, you have to type in Mantle testnet. Sorry, this one, yeah, the guide. So as you can see, the information has already mentioned here. So you can just copy and paste these information right, exactly as it is. This will require a RPC link. So you can just copy that. Oops. Copy. And you can just directly paste the RPC link as well. Then you need to enter the chain ID, which is 5001. Go back, add 5001. The currency symbol, as you can see, is bit. So I will add bit. And you can also add the block explorer URL, which is explorer.testnet.mantle.xyz. So once you have all these things, I'm seeing an error because I already have the Mantle testnet installed with me, but you should be seeing this blue save button. You just have to click on that, and then it will be added for you. So when you will go back to your account, oops, when you go back to your account, you will see maybe Ethereum mainnet, you will see different networks. You can just go on to Mantle Testnet. And because you have freshly created an account, you will not see any bit tokens. You will see a balance of 0 bit tokens. Now, the next step would be for us to acquire certain bit tokens and to acquire certain amount of gETH, which is what you will spend in the whole process of acquiring the bit tokens. So you need both of these things. Now, in order to get the gETH, you can use Paradigm Faucet. Over here, you just have to copy your address when you go back to MetaMask. Over here, you have the address right here. If you just click on it, it will copy to the clipboard, and you can go back. You can just paste it right here, and you just have to click on claim. This way, you can just claim some of the gETH, and you will receive 0.02 gETH within your account very quickly, in few minutes. And so yeah, that's one way. And in some cases, my Paradigm Faucet was not working quite well for me sometimes. So I usually use Alchemy's Gourley Faucet, which is also quite good. So it has just some extra steps. So you just need to create your account. You need minimum 0.01 ETH to actually claim these gETH tokens. And the process is exactly the same. You just need to add your account address, and you need to complete the captcha. And once you complete the captcha, you can click on send me ETH, and you will again receive some gETH in your account, which will look something like this. Now I have quite a bit of gETH. You will receive probably 0.02 gETH in your account. So yeah, so just to come back, these are the two main faucets that you can use. One is the Alchemy's Go Early faucet, and one is the Paradigms faucet, faucet.paradigm.xyz. So these are the two important faucets that you guys can use to acquire gETH. All right. So once you have successfully acquired some gETH, next step for us is to claim some bit tokens from the Mantle's bit faucet. So in order to do that, you need to go on faucet.mantle.testnet, faucet.testnet.mantle.xyz. Again, it is all mentioned under the quick start guide. It is right over here. You can see all these links. So just feel free to go over the quick start guide, and you will find all these links. It will actually ask you to authenticate your Twitter account, and once you do so, you can actually do the same process. You can paste your account address. You can enter the number of tokens that you need. You can claim between 1 to 1,000 tokens. And once you're ready with that, you just need to, just go back to MetaMask, copy your account address, just make sure it's the same. Let's claim like 500 tokens. And once I hit on mint token, it will give me a prompt like this. So you will get a pop-up from MetaMask asking me to do certain things. Now, what it basically is asking me to do is sign a transaction to confirm this particular transaction that I will be spending 0.0006 gETH to acquire this certain bit token. So that was the purpose for which we acquired gETH, to actually then acquire some test bit tokens. So once I confirm that, my transaction will be confirmed, and then the transaction will take place. Yeah. So once it is submitted, you also get the link to Explorer, on which you can see on chain if the assets have been transferred or not. So yeah. So I hope these two important steps are very clear to you, because once you have this, the next important step is the bridging. Now for that, you need to go to bridge.testnet.mantle.xyz. Or you can also go to Mantle's official website, which is mantle.xyz. And on the homepage itself, you will see the link to it. You will see Bridge to Mantle. And once you click, you will be redirected to the same page. So yeah, you can you can directly put in the URL, or you can find it from the quick start, or you can go to the website mantle.xyz, find the bridge link, and open the bridge like this. All right, so um, it already has my wallet connected to it, but let's see. So yeah, so for you, the interface will be something like this. It will ask you to connect your wallet, again, which will be done through MetaMask. So let's click on Connect Wallet. Let's select MetaMask, and my wallet is connected. So once my wallet is connected, I need to make sure the network that I'm on is the Goerli test network, because that's the particular network on which we will be bridging the assets. We are bridging from Goerli to Mantle testnet. So yeah, we are in fact on the Goerli test network. If we were not, let's say we switch to Mantle. If you go back to the bridge, it says we are on the Mantle testnet. And if I try to do any sort of transactions further, you will see how it is restricted. So let's see if what I want to do. So if you just go to the button right here where you see ETH, it is actually a drop down. So you will see the bit tokens which have arrived from our faucet. So you will see whatever, like I think we claimed 500. Yeah, so we have, I had like few before that as well. So I have around 950 bit tokens right here. I can just click on bit. Then I will need to select how many bit tokens I want to bridge. Um, let's say I want to bridge 200 of these. Um, and then it prompts me that I need to switch the network to Goerli. So as I said, it has to be on Goerli testnet. If it's not, it will prompt you to switch the network. So again, I'll have to switch. So if I click on switch, it will again give me a prompt, switch network. Yes, let's do it. So yeah, as I switch the network, we are back on from where we started. So repeat the process again. Go on BitDAO. Uh, let's see, like 200 tokens, more than enough. Uh, it it okay. So now it tells me what is the gas fee to do this transfer, which is quite less than what we have in the balance right now. We claimed around 0.02 gETH. So it should be enough for you to cover that for the gas fees. And the time to transfer is about 20 minutes, but it usually arrives faster than that. So you just need to click on deposit. Once you click on deposit, you need to confirm the deposit. And once you do that, it will again give you a pop-up to confirm the transaction via MetaMask because you're spending your gETH right here. So I will just confirm that, and it will show you this animation, which will in fact turn to, let's see if I can show you this. Oops, okay, never mind. Yeah, so in some time I will show you, it will be completed. I already have bridged assets, so maybe you can just fast forward to the next step. So yeah, let's go to the next step directly. But yeah, expect your test bit to arrive in few minutes. So the next important step is, let's go to the Mantle testnet. Yeah. So yeah, so once this particular process is done, I will see the bit tokens arriving right here, and under the activity as well, I will see the transactions happening. Now, let's go and see how we can write a smart contract and maybe deploy it on Mantle. What that process is like. So, one of the most popular compilers for writing Ethereum-based smart contracts is in fact Remix. So it's very easy to find. You just need to go on remix.ethereum.org, and once you go on it, you will see an interface, something like this. And in this particular interface, you will see on the right-hand side, you have the workspace. So in my workspace, I already have some. Okay, let's open a new space. Yeah, so it's a fresh space now. It's a new space under which I already have some sample contracts ready for me. I already have some test TypeScript scripts written, some tests written for me. Um, and and a small README file to just guide me through it. And yeah, so basically this is how the homepage kind of looks like. And if you just click on storage.sol, you will see the Solidity smart contract, which is related to this one particular problem, which is storing a particular number on chain. And then we basically have two functions. We have the store function and we have the retrieve function. So with the store function, we are storing we are storing a value on chain, and with the help of retrieval functions, we will be retrieving that particular value. So this is a very like simple smart contract, right? So you will be just entering an integer that you want to store, and with the help of retrieve, we will see if we can retrieve that data. So yeah, so a very clean and very smart, very clean and very user friendly user interface Remix has. In case if you want to like use your own local setup, you can use Hard Hat to kind of try out things within your own local network. Things are of course slightly different, but I just want to keep it beginner friendly so that I can show the easiest way to kind of deploy on Mantle with this. So let's see if we can deploy this particular smart contract. Now, before deploying, we need to compile the smart contract. Um, so in order to compile it, I will go on this particular button, which says Solidity Compiler. And once I open it, I will see this particular window, which actually has a big blue button which says compile one underscore storage.sol. So when I hit this button, it will compile the smart contract for me. So let's go ahead and execute it. All right, so it has compiled the smart contracts. There was no error whatsoever in the smart contract because, of course, it was one of the samples that they have given. Um, in case if there was an error, let's see if we were missing a semicolon right here, and if I compile it again, so it will show me an error something like this, which will tell me it has the compilation has failed with one error. And right at the bottom, it gives us more information about the error. So it's a parser error. It expected a semicolon, but it got a bracket, which is the next bracket, which was not supposed to come before a semicolon. So it tells you about the bug that you can debug later on. So I will just go back and add the semicolon again. And once I do that, I will go on to compile again. And now it is compiling smoothly. There is no error whatsoever. Now, the next step to deploy this smart contract is that you go on the button which is uh, underneath the Solidity compiler. Right. So this says deploy and run transactions, right? It has bunch of different options, but we don't want to touch any of it. Let's see what do we have first. First is the environment that we are going to be using to deploy this contract. Now, we won't be using the Remix VM. We will be using something called as, oops, this Solidity compiler is not going away. Okay, now it has. So we will be using something called as injected provider Metamask. So in this, we have actually added Mantle Testnet ourselves. So we will be using Metamask's default network right now to use as our default network for the contract to deploy. So just make sure when we are within MetaMask, the network has been changed back to Mantle Testnet. Yes, in fact, we are on Mantle's testnet. Let's go ahead and change it to injected provider. And once we do that, we see the account has address has also changed. It says 0x8A4 dollar dot. So this particular account actually is the same account that I want to deploy from, in which I have the test bit tokens. Yeah, this is the same account, so I'm happy. This is in fact the same account. Then we have things like gas limit. Don't touch any of these. Just make sure this contract we are deploying is in fact one underscore storage.sol because that is the only one we have compiled so far. So it is showing us this one option. And when you click on deploy, it will deploy the smart contract for you. So let's go ahead and deploy this. All right. So as I clicked on deploy, it gave me a MetaMask pop-up once again to confirm the transaction. So I just need to confirm this. I click on confirm, and you can see there is a green check mark which says, our transaction was successful. And it says, it gives us a lot of information like block ID, the account from which it was deployed, and uh, if we go right here under the deployed contracts, which was not there before, now since we have deployed it, it is there. We can see this particular drop down, which we will use to interact with this particular smart contract right now. All right, so uh, let's see one more thing. Over here we have the account, we have the contracts deployed contracts, smart contracts address. So this is the complete address for the for this particular contract that we have just deployed. So let's copy that. Let's go on copy and let's open the Mantle's Explorer. Mantle Explorer. So Mantle's Explorer is very similar to something like Ethereum's Explorer or Solana's Explorer, which is basically an explorer to give more information about all the transactions which are happening on chain. You can see these live blocks confirming certain transactions. These are some of the latest transactions which happened in the last minute or so. So anytime we paste in an address, we can see details, more details about a particular account. And because we copied address to our smart contract, we can also see information about our smart contract. So if I just paste that in, if I just hit on enter, I will in fact see more details about my smart contract. So it says the contract address is this. Of course, I entered it in. It has no transfer, no transactions so far. It has one transaction, which is the creation in which the contract was created. So yes, it has successfully been executed. We have the contract creation transaction successfully done around 2 minutes ago. So congratulations, you have actually, in fact, deployed a smart contract. So in some cases, if you are unsure if the transaction has gone through or not, Block Explorer, Ethereum's, sorry, Mantle's Explorer is the best way to kind of go over there, paste in the address, and see if the transaction has happened or not. Because sometimes it might take like a minute or so for the transaction to actually confirm. So yeah, as you can see, it has been done. Um, let's come back to the remix, and it gives us more options, right? It gives us store and retrieve, which is in fact the two functions that we defined. So our goal was to store a number, a value on chain, and then to retrieve it. So let's store a data, right? So let's store unsigned integer of 256, blah blah blah. Let's store a number, right? So let's store 8. I will hit on store. It will ask me to confirm it again because these things are going to happen on chain. It will push this value on chain. So yes, I will hit confirm. And again, I will see a green tick, which means the transaction was in fact successful. So once it is successful, if I go back, if I just hit, okay, I don't even have to hit refresh. It already says contract call, and the contract call was successful. So I called the smart contract, hey, this is the value, please store it on chain. And it did it for me, around 28 seconds ago. Now, if I come back to the remix, if I want to retrieve information about this that I've done, let's just erase this particular value. Let's just retrieve the value to see, what value did we actually store on chain. Yeah, so it says unsigned integer value 8. So it gives me back some information, and it was a contract call once again. And you might have seen these lines going off again, where you will see, what was actually fetched from where. So it just, tells us more information that this particular account made a call on this particular smart contract to get a value. Yeah, so as you can see, this was a brief demo of what you can do with a very simple smart contract and how you can verify your transactions, how you can deploy it. And yeah, so let's just see one more example. If I go back to the file explorer in my workspace 2, I have a very simple kind of smart contract to deploy a ERC20 token. So let's just create a token on Mantle. Let's name it something else. Let's name it um, uh, PB test token, and let's put the symbol as PBT. So basically, we have imported a very sample library from OpenZeppelin to kind of just we have just called that particular library, which is already pre-installed with Remix um, about a simple ERC20 smart contract, and then I've just created a constructor in which I am minting this but I'm using the mint function to mint this token, mint a token of this name and
Pranjal,
this
can you hear
symbol.
us?
All right, never mind. So, as I was saying, I'm just using the mint function to mint about 100,000 tokens with this name and this symbol. And this is a very simple smart contract because I'm already using a pre-installed library, which is openly available for everyone to use. So yeah, let's see if we can deploy this one. Let's compile this contract again. It compiles for us. Let's go under deployment. Let's follow the steps that we did in the first time. Let's use the injected provider. Um, we just make sure that the account is same again. Yes, it's the same account. Um, it's the same contract as well. And let's hit on deploy. All right, let's sign the particular transaction. And once I do that, I can see the contract has been deployed. And this is the uh, contact contract address that I can just copy. And it gives me a lot of functions as well, which I get pre-installed with this particular sample ERC20 token contract, which is to approve transactions, decrease some, increase some of the values, and then transfer it from one particular account to the other. So let's go back and verify the smart contract which we have deployed. Let's copy the address, go back to the Explorer. Let's go back, let's search for it. And as you can see, we have the contract creation as successful. Um, we have, it was successfully deployed, around a minute ago. And in this, you can see it has a token associated to it, which is the token that I've created. It's called PB test token, as I named it, with the symbol PBT. And if I go to it, it says the token minting was done. About 100,000, PBTs were minted, and this was the contract associated to it. So yeah, so it was again very successful, and it was done. This particular tokens, this particular amount of tokens were transferred to my account because I was the one who deployed the smart contract. So let's see if we can just go back to MetaMask and import these as tokens. So if I go onto MetaMask, some of the things that I need is, let's go back. I need the contract address. Let's copy that. Why do we need it? Because when we go on
It's,
import tokens, click on
no,
import
it's not.
tokens, it will ask us the contract address. Let's paste that, and it automatically identifies PBT as a symbol, and token decimal is, of course, the same. Click on add custom tokens, import tokens, and you have successfully imported the token that you have created yourself. And it is, in fact, in your account. This was one of the tokens I created earlier, and this is the one that I've created just now. So, it was a very simple process. In case you guys are stuck on anything, this actually makes a very good baseline for everyone to understand, and even from the perspective of other future workshops to come. of what you can expect, right? So once you have all these steps done, once you have all these basic setups done, once you understand that how to follow and what to follow as a certain process, then you can build more complex smart contracts on top of this, and you can deploy them to Mantle. So in the coming days, you will see two more workshops which are more thorough, which are more walkthrough of one particular example, and you will learn more about deploying on Mantle. But yeah, this was just my idea to kind of give to just make sure that everyone understands what it is like to just deploy a very simple smart contract, and also to mint your own token. So yeah, coming back to the presentation, in case if you still want some of our grants, you can scan that. And in terms of support, as I said, if you are stuck on any of the steps, you can always reach out to us with the help of Telegram. You can ask questions, um, scan the QR code, or just go onto the website. You will see the link to our Telegram. And this is just a thank you slide for everyone, because this has some of the socials for me. If you have any particular questions directly for me, then you can just scan this. You can follow me on any of the socials. You can directly ping me with your doubts, with your questions, and I will try my best to answer that for you in the fastest time possible. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the session. I hope you guys did. I hope you guys all deploy your own for smart contracts on Mantle, and mint your first tokens on Mantle. And in fact, once the hackathon ends, I hope all of you have some great projects built and shipped on Mantle. So yeah, thank you everyone. This was my small and sweet presentation. Thank you.
Fantastic. Also, sorry for the connection issues. For some reason, something really went wrong on my end, and I thought actually it was with you. But anyhow, everyone, if you have some questions, feel free to post them in chat. We'd really like to answer if you have any, since we do have some time left. So if there are any unknowns, don't be shy. A little question from Nestor. Whether you have a request for projects and startup list to get ideas for the hackathon.
I think when we kind of gave out the list of our tracks and bounties, we gave some vague idea about what are some ideas that you can kind of build on. But in case if you like want more ideas, maybe you can scan through the internet on forums like Devfolio and DevPost to see some of our past hackathons and see what the project winners over there were like. So I think that would be a great way to understand what we also look into a winning project. What are some of the things that you can also expect to build? Like what kind of dApps you can build in different verticals. Not just one vertical. You can build anything related to DeFi, or even you can do some of the cool account abstraction stuff on Mantle. Yeah.
And for those of you asking, these all of these small details are actually part of the in the hacker pack, which I will share once again, just to be sure in case you want to explore and delve deeply into all the different tracks and details on what can be built for each of them. Any other questions? Looks like all good. Thank you, Pranjal, for this fantastic workshop. And everyone, please do tune in tomorrow. Same time, we will be having another workshop on how to create your own NFTs on Mantle. So another interesting topic. So yeah, see you all tomorrow, and thank you for coming in. Enjoy your days.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Pranjal, once again.
Yeah, thank you for joining in.